My Knicks family, what's poppin' with you, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for being here with me. And we're starting a new series tonight. It's still part of the classic Knicks, but instead it's called Classic Heartbreakers. And I thought, hey, what better way than to start it off with Michael Jordan, since we're in the middle of this Last Dance documentary. So we're going to take a look at Michael Jordan's double nickel at the Garden, which was a heartbreak moment for me because one of my best friends, the huge Chicago Bulls fan, a huge Michael Jordan fan, and man, let me tell you, I wanted the Knicks to win that game so bad, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get into it right away. I don't want to keep you waiting too much, and plus, I got a front stoop episode. I'm trying to be out of here by 11:30, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to knock this thing out. It's the New York Knicks versus the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan makes his return to Madison Square Garden. Let's get busy, ladies and gentlemen.
Bob Neal, Hubie Brown with you back at Madison Square Garden. Hubie, let's take a look at the starting matchups for tonight's ball game.
Well, the Pippen and Bonner, and then by committee, Smith and Mason, should really be an outstanding matchup, along with the Jordan Starks.
Now let's go to Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Bob, prior to his premature retirement, nobody guarded Michael Jordan straight up better than John Starks. He would use not only one but both hands to check him on the perimeter and to push and shove him in the paint. The rules are a little different now. However, Starks told me moments ago the Knicks still plan to have him go one-on-one. No double teaming. He wasn't intimidated before, and he's not now, and he says he's eager for the challenge. Bob?
Moments away from tip-off, there is John Starks. He's been a little bit of a slump lately offensively, but he does play Michael Jordan very well. Not only that, but Patrick Ewing, of course, playing against the center by committee for the Chicago Bulls, who will be Will Perdue, Luke Longley, and Bill Wennington. And, of course, Tony Kukoc starting at the power forward spot, and he'll be dealing with Charles Oakley. Number 45, in case you haven't heard it already. Jordan wore that number in junior high, wore it as he went to baseball for 18 months, and has returned with 45 because number 23 is retired and hanging above the rafters at the new United Center in Chicago. So Michael comes back to New York City. He loves playing in this gym.
Well, this place brings it out of you. And that's why we brought at the top that this is a nasty defensive series. Both teams do not like one another. Their styles of play are methodical. One is a low post power game, New York Knicks relying on 17 three-point shots a game. And the other one is the famous triangle offense.
Ewing wins the tip with Perdue. Charles Oakley matched up against Pippen early. Perdue got a piece of that. Perdue with a block on Ewing early in the game. Kukoc on the run. Jordan, 15-footer. Look out.
With Charles Oakley responsible for crashing the offensive boards, Kukoc is going to have an opportunity to get out on the break, providing other people rebounds.
Scottie Pippen knocked that out of play. Pippen leads the NBA in steals, and we know that Michael Jordan one time was the best defensive player in the NBA.
Man, my bad. Rest in peace, Craig Sager, man. One of the greats, without a doubt.
Now that's big because in the last 4 games, Starks is shooting 24% from the field and 24% in threes. I like this. Post up Starks, force them to double team.
Illegal defense called against the Knicks.
The rule is that once you break the foul line, to help, you must go all the way and double team quickly the player with the basketball.
Opening minute of play from Madison Square Garden, tied at 2. Jordan's return to New York City. These two teams could be matched up in the first rounds of the playoffs. Jordan is 2 for 2 to start this game. Remember, he's coming off the game-winning shot and 32 points against Atlanta on Saturday night. Quickly back, Bonner. Out of bounds, Bulls ball.
Never leave your feet unless you're going to shoot.
Anthony Bonner, bro. Anthony Bonner. Remember that dude? I mean, he was all right. I'm not going to front on him. He was all right. But, man, Anthony Bonner.
DJ Armstrong, Tony Kukoc, Will Perdue, and Jordan, the starters for Atlanta. Fronting Jordan this time is Starks. Kukoc on the drive. Oakley got it away from him. And now Ewing troubled by Kukoc. Knicks come back down 2.
Now, if you notice early, there's a lot of bumping going on and no calls.
Purdue caused Patrick Ewing to change that shot. The ball will belong to the Knicks.
Oh, I like Purdue. Purdue's having an outstanding season, Bob. Is improved in minutes, points, rebounding, and also shot blocking. Doing an excellent job.
Of course, the ball went to the Bulls. Pippen defended one-on-one by Bonner. They'll clear the floor. Up and under. Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen is murder. He's first in all of the major categories for the Bulls, and he's in the top 10 in 2 categories. Now, right now, I like this. The Bulls are trapping, and the reason is that Pippen is matched up with Oakley, and he can get back to Oakley.
Ewing this time a 10-footer over Will Purdue. Patrick with his first basket of the night. Bulls 6, Knicks 4, 9:47 to go, first quarter. Jordan isolated against Starks.
Yeah, I like that. So they send the 2 guys through, leaving Jordan one-on-one with Starks. Now he can get that shot at will.
Jordan's first miss of the night, hit his first 2 jumpers coming out. He has 4 of the Bulls' 6 points. Pippen has the other one. Bonner starting in place of Anthony Mason, who was suspended for 5 games by Pat Riley. Mason is back now. Purdue getting around Ewing for the early foul. And that's something we talked about earlier when Bill Cartwright was playing center for the Knicks. He had more leeway to push Patrick Ewing around.
Well, they missed Cartwright and Grant from the defensive end of the floor. They had the liberty of moving defensive people around, and incidental contact was never called.
Scottie Pippen with the personal foul on Charles Oakley, who would have been open for the layup otherwise. Oakley, of course, a former Bull.
Now, Scottie is matched up with Oakley. Now, Oakley is usually at the top of the circle. Anytime the ball goes into the post, Oakley is going right down to the front of the rim. They are going to challenge Pippen to double team and then allow Oakley to free himself up in the painted area.
Charles Oakley. Patrick Ewing, one-on-one against Purdue. He'll take the jumper from there. Not this time. Bonner steals the rebound from Kukoc. Starks. 3 for John Starks.
That man, John Starks, he liked to try to step up when he played against Jordan, man. He did it defensively, and he tried to step up offensively. He was motivated to play Jordan.
Pippen sees the opening, takes it in, almost threw the ball away, but comes away with a hoop anyway, and we have a seesaw lead here of 1 point. Bulls back on top. 8:49 to go in the first period. Starks misses from 3. Beautiful pass from Oakley to Bonner.
Nice pass. Good call, Bob. Bonner's out there as the garbage man. Finish on the break, offensive boards, take it strong.
They're going to keep going to the well with Jordan and Starks. Double team. Oakley gets there too late.
Oh, and did you ask, is he back? Oh, come on. What a move.
On the double.
Big shout out to Running Hide on Sportscaster for sending me the popcorn. Big shout out to you. Appreciate it.
You could see he catches Starks leaning, and then it's just over.
Kukoc with a foul for Chicago.
Now remember, Michael is not the normal post-up guy. He has, all kinds of moves, plus the quickness, and then the jumping ability.
Starks misses for 3. Who's there? Offensive rebounder, Charles Oakley.
This is what we said. The 4 and 5 position of Chicago will be challenged in all of the big games, taking care of the defensive board.
Jordan starts out on fire. Michael is 4 of 5, has 8 points in the first quarter. He had 18 versus Atlanta in the third on Saturday night.
Every shot tonight, high percentage. Now remember, Starks is wearing Michael down a little bit. Now they've been chasing off all of the screens, and that's tough for Michael to keep fighting all of the screens underneath.
Starks finds Bonner, who stays with it and gets the putback.
Hey, Bonner is a tough dude. He'll put his body in there.
The foul before the basket on John Starks.
Now in the early going, Bob, if you have not seen the Knicks in the last couple of months, if you score, Chicago scores, they will inbound that ball quickly, go up the right side of the floor, and they're looking to post right away or shoot a 3.
Pippen against Bonner. 7:19 to go first quarter. Isolated. Pippen on the drive. That's Kukoc from 15. Loose ball, Bonner. He gets a lot of loose balls. Patrick Ewing against Armstrong. Armstrong did a great job keeping it from scoring.
Well, I like the Knicks attack this way. They need to get easy baskets. They cannot just play half court. The team is a little older. Oakley has missed 32 games this year with surgery to the toe. Charles Smith has missed 6 games because of bang up to one of his knees, which he had operated. He had both knees operated on in '92 and '94. So you know yourself, they need to get the easy hoops.
Patrick Ewing, 24+ points a game, 11.3 rebounds, a little over 2 block shots. Once again, the man for the Knicks.
But once he got into playing shape, January 1st, he spent 2 months. The team was 12-12. Since then, 31-11, and Patrick Ewing is on fire.
Knicks by 3. Jordan down low. Illegal defense. That's the second call against the Knicks.
They called it illegal defense. They should have called travel because he shuffled his feet before he went into his move. But 45, at least 45 in this game, he's not going to get that called against him. But he did travel. He did travel before he went into his move.
Knicks 15-13. The Bulls added a point on the technical free throw by B.J. Armstrong after the illegal defense called against the Knicks.
Now, Michael Jordan is in here on the post. Now, watch as Scottie Pippen puts the ball in. He will cut and clear and set a screen. Also, from the corner of the triangle, Armstrong will go back door. So if either of the players double team, they are open for a layup. So watch what happens. The Knicks go through, play them honestly. That allows Jordan to take Starks in a one-on-one situation.
Action back in on the court. Bonner with a steal on the intended pass from Kukoc to Pippen. Bonner! Derek Harper on the layup, and the Knicks have it 17-13 with 6:40 to go in the first quarter.
You cannot be careless with Bonner and Starks and Harper out there. All 3 guys are great at playing the passing lane.
Jordan, 16-footer.
He's on fire.
Michael Jordan has 10 points, is 5 out of 6. And Hubie, you pointed it out, all high percentage shots.
Yeah, you have to like it. See, nothing is rushed. A great steal by Kukoc.
4-on-1, Jordan.
Look out.
Fouled by John Starks.
Now, that was a throwaway foul by Starks. See, I like that. I like that. Do not allow Jordan to ignite the house with a dunk.
Actually, Harper got him. Either one could have been called for the foul. Harper comes down and gets him there.
Yeah, you're right. That's good. That was a throwaway by Harper. Smart play. Make Michael go to the line. Now, we showed you at the top, through his career, Michael, outstanding three-point shooter, 85%. This year, 83. He's getting to the line 7 times a game. He only did it 9 times throughout his 9-year career. So he's almost on target.
He's only missed 6 free throws since he's been back. I've been doing the game during 5 of them. A little concerned. Oakley missing from the perimeter. Armstrong. Jordan missed 4 free throws in the game against Orlando at his home opener in Chicago. Pippen is fouled on the hold.
You know, we just had, it was interesting, Bob. Pippen has, right now, Oakley matched up with him. As soon as he caught the pass, he yelled for Kukoc to clear. He was going to take him one-on-one.
Oakley can't play him out there.
Absolutely not. Now, Charles can play him if he can put a forearm on him or through his number.
Put him on the low block. Pippen on the drive. The whistle on Anthony Bonner before the shot. The Knicks have a 1-point lead. We have 5:50 remaining in the first quarter of play. In case you've dialed in late, you've missed double figures from Michael already. He has 11 points.
Now you see the numbers on Pippen. Naturally, Scotty, last year and this year, blossoming into outside of the centers, you know, the best player in the league at any of the other 4 positions. Because not only does he get the points for you, he leads the league in steals, he leads forwards in assists, and then the 3-point shooting. But what I like is he's the leading rebounder at 8 rebounds a game for a small forward. Now here's your trap.
And the Bulls have regained the lead by 1. Oakley has that shot, decided not to take it.
I'm surprised because he likes that jump shot from there.
Derek Harper now being guarded by Scottie Pippen. Now Kukoc on the switch. Offensive foul. on Charles Oakley, and that is the second on Oakley and a technical.
Yeah, the call by Salvatore was he set the screen, and then as he was rolling, used his forearm to wipe Pippen out.
I don't think Charles has finished chatting with him about it either.
And he must be careful right now because he swore at the ref, and that's why he got the tee. Right there, you have a nice penetration by Harper. No way can Kukoc play any of the Knicks off the dribble.
Armstrong, 88% free throw shooter, misses the technical. The Bulls only shoot 72% as a team.
Oh, yeah, and we know that's like 21st in the league.
Oakley sits down now.
But there is a little tension here tonight, Bob.
I'd say a bit. Charles Smith checks in.
Even the scalpers are saying there are no tickets to be scalped. How about it?
Nobody wanted to give them up.
That's right.
And Corey Blunt is in for Chicago now. In place of Kukoc at power forward. 10 to shoot. Jordan, pull up. 13 points for Jordan with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 6 out of 7. Mercy. In the post to Ewing. Good pass out of the double team. Smith is open. Back to Ewing. In the paint. Who got him? I think it was Corey Blunt on the turnaround.
Well, Patrick has been very, very active. 3 games ago, Patrick sprained his left ankle. There was a rumor that he might not play Saturday night against the Clippers or maybe Sunday versus Seattle. He showed up both nights, had excellent performances, and was running like a deer.
Well, there you go. We told you that he was 24, 11, 3, and 2-1. You see where he ranks in the NBA.
Now for Patrick, they are excellent stats. The field goal percentage of over 50%, a major key.
5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The Bulls 20, Knicks 19, and for these two teams, a high-scoring first period.
Yeah, but we know that it will slow down to a walk as we move along.
Open man is Blunt. He traveled. Early first step. Now, would they call that on 45?
Yeah, well, the thing there was, Bob, it was so obvious, okay? He dragged the pivot foot. You can lift your pivot foot as long as you dribble or pass, but he dragged the leg, and it was too obvious.
Starks into Michael Jordan. They'll call him for his first person.
Well, that was a pretty good anticipation by Michael. I thought Michael did a nice job in getting there. See, right now, you're going to see, but he was moving. Now, what's the problem in Starks' game? He went 7 games once he injured his left shoulder without getting to the foul line. John Starks is a penetrator, in your face, take it to the front of the rim type of a guy. He is only averaging 3 foul shot attempts per game. That is not the John Starks that we know of, and you have to consider that he does not want to get whacked on that left shoulder.
Jordan spins past the double team, changed his shot, threw it away. Bonner on the run.
Nice.
Bonner kicks it out. Starks misses the 3. Rebound Blunt. Pippen has Armstrong. Oh,
Major jam. Wow, fouls him hard. Now, right now, this is going to be interesting. Should they give him a hard foul, or did he go for the block? They are giving him just a block call and a foul. Now, because they're saying that he goes for the block. Now, you be the referee in this. Just watch how high up Pippen gets on this side. Now, remember, Charles Smith is a shot blocker.
Man, that is a clean foul. That is a clean foul. I don't care what nobody says. That's a clean foul, bro.
By the way, are Bennett Salvatore, Lee Jones, and Monty McCutcheon. They're still discussing it. Lee Jones and Bennett Salvatore. 22nd timeout has been called while we sort this out.
No, you see, the initial call was basket good, 1 shot, not a hard call. The referees just confused it as the man who made the call, McCutcheon, was at the table. This is a 1 shot. Now, watch out for the rest of the game.
Pippen gets the bounce. Bulls now build a 3-point lead. The biggest lead for either team has been of 3. Pippen 9, Jordan 13. Bonner from Ewing. He's fouled. Corey Blunt.
Beautiful pass from Patrick Ewing, ladies and gentlemen. And in interest of time, we're gonna move this forward just a little bit. The Knicks and the Bulls in a tight one, and Michael Jordan starting off his second career at the Garden hot, on fire. And we're gonna pick this up, I guess midway through the second quarter. The Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks, a double nickel for Michael Jordan, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to bring that back just a little bit so that you can see what just took place as Michael Jordan got a bucket. Let's get to it. The Knicks up 48-39 over the Chicago Bulls with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Take high percentage shots and stop overpassing.
Ewing couldn't handle that pass from Anthony Bonner, and now the Bulls have the numbers. Jordan. Now, nope, he knew it was off as soon as he shot it. John Starks on the run. Finds Harper. Then B.J. Armstrong found Harper.
Yeah, he should go right into Patrick.
Ewing being played by Pippen. There's the double team. Right into the arms of Jordan. It's 2-on-2.
Oh, yes, and the foul. You know, that was like slow motion. He was just gliding because he knew that. Just watch the step that he makes when he decides that he's going all the way. Boom, there it is right there. Takes the bump.
You know, the Euro step wasn't really in the U.S. at this time. If it was, what do you think Jordan would have done with that Euro step? He may have he abused people anyway. But imagine if he had a Euro step.
Chicago on a 7-0 run. Till that whistle, Jordan 26 points, is 12 for 17. It's on Winnington, his second. From a sold-out Madison Square Garden, Bob Neal, Hubie Brown with you.
And as they take a break, man, big shout out to Goo Rams. Thank you for the whistle on Sportscaster. And then Coop 34, thank you for giving me the thumbs up on Sportscaster, my friend. Let's get back to the Knicks. 3 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the second quarter. The Knicks up 6 over the Bulls.
Here and then gives you the off in-your-face push. And then this one is just beautiful. Now notice how he brings it back to guide it, takes the hit, and then puts it in. And as you look up in the stands, people are high-fiving, and we're in New York.
You see that he's head up and down, and the two losses, that was against Orlando and Indiana. He was down, was up against Boston, Atlanta, and is definitely up here tonight. Pippen gets his own rebound. Actually, Kukoc picks it up. Give it to Michael. New shot clock. Jordan on the drive. Had to get rid of it. Nowhere to go down there. 48-42, Knicks by 6.
Plenty of time here. 12 seconds.
Jordan isolated against Starks. 5 seconds. 4. You see it in the lower left. Jordan, 3 moves. Wow! 28 points for Jordan with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half.
And going away to the Bulls bench on that release.
9-0 run for Chicago since Jordan returned. He scored 7 of the points. It's a 4-point game. Only matched up down on the post against Jordan, his former teammate. Mason with the rebound, kicks it back out. Harper wisely called for it. 2 minutes to go in the half. Knicks by 6, Oakley from the corner. Johnny Pippen holding his left wrist, by the way, handling the ball right now, and you see him squeezing that left hand.
He's a stamina guy, though. He very seldom misses games, and he gives you the major minutes night in and night out.
10 to shoot. Jordan loves playing Starks. 30 points for Michael Jordan. 1:27 to go in the first half.
You know, Starks was in his face, right on his wrist, even got him on the wrist, and it did not disrupt that shot.
Harper on the drive, answers for New York. It's a 6-point Knicks lead, minute to go in the half. Great violinist Itzhak Perlman sitting to my left. He's looking on Jordan as though he's watching a virtuoso here tonight. Not this time, but first the foul.
Well, they're
It's on
shooting the
Patrick
penalty.
Ewing.
Right now, Starks, I don't care how many people play him. You could see they ran Ewing at him for the trap. He has the ability right now, tonight in this first half, the stamina to even push on the traps and split it and still create the open shot.
Jordan hits the free throw now. That's 32 points for Michael Jordan. Coming up at halftime, the Reebok halftime report, Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studios with all of tonight's scores and highlights, possible bonus coverage. Also, a lot of games happening in the NBA this evening.
Good move here by Phil Jackson. Corey Blunt is in the game for Pippen. The reason they do not want Pippen to pick up another foul.
With 58 seconds to go in the first half.
Plus, this is Corey Blunt is good on the point of their 1-2-1-1 zone press.
Starks tried to pass it to Ewing. Wennington stepped into the passing lane to knock it out of bounds. 16 on the shot clock for New York. Anthony Mason in. Last time I saw him play when he was suspended by Riley, he had the Statue of Liberty engraved in his haircut. This time it just says back to deep. Harper found the lane very open.
It's interesting how he's not even being intimidated. No one is even rotating, and he continues to lay the ball up uncontested with the left hand.
And you were talking about Chicago's problems inside. They're being really exposed here against the New York Knicks tonight. 5 to shoot. Jordan.
Yes.
He's fouled hard by Patrick Ewing.
See, he elevated for the dunk that time. He was going dunk all the way. He fooled Starks. Starks thought that he was going to the middle, and he just took it right to the baseline. Went for the elevate. Now, just keep an eye on this. See, he has him beat. Now, watch what happens. He's going dunk all the way here. But then you have the shot block. Patrick was going strong for the block. Keep an eye to the left. Now, watch Patrick come in here.
Former teammates on the Dream Team. Patrick Ewing says, I know you're Michael Jordan, but this is my house.
Yeah, but that's, you know, that's good coverage. And plus the fact Patrick, one of the top shot blockers in the league. Naturally, he's going for that block, and you know you're going to have contact.
I didn't see a lot of remorse on the face of Patrick there. He knew what his job was. Knicks by 4. Jordan has 35 first-half points. If he were to stay on pace, he would break his all-time record of 69, a game I was fortunate enough to see against Cleveland 3 years ago. 35 in the first half. Harper is fouled before the shot with 4 seconds to go in the half. Huey, you know, you've seen it all in your career. I don't know if there are words to describe Jordan. He's in New York at Madison Square Garden with 35 points against a man who plays him well, John Starks.
Yeah, but, you know, you're talking the greatest offensive player, you know, in
Hey, my man, hey, Donald, man, I see what you said. Yo, hey, you know what? But it's not a brand new game, but I still get those same feelings, man. You know what I'm saying? When I see him miss a shot that I think they should make, you know, I'm like, come on. Yeah, I still get the same feeling. It feels good. Still feels good to watch my guy Patrick Ewing go to work. John Starks and them dudes, man. You know, fun game. Because Jordan was, I mean, 35 already? Crazy.
That he's even splitting the traps with the dribble. Now, that's hard to do when you are in great game shape, and we know this is only his 5th ball game. So you can see it all tonight. Plus, he's been hit in the air a few times, and he's been able to keep his balance and still score.
Into Ewing. He's fouled by Wennington, and we'll go to the line with 2.2 seconds. Michael Jordan said when he had the 32 against Atlanta on Saturday night, in his first 3 games, he felt like he was pressing and going to the game. He says he's letting the game come to him. That were his words after the Atlanta game. And as you say, he's done that tonight, and he's been in the flow.
Well, I think a key was the fact that they posted him so many times in the first 5 minutes, allowed him to establish a game 15 feet to the rim.
Patrick Ewing with the free throw has 8 points in the ball game.
A major issue in this first half, the lack of recognition by the Knicks of Patrick Ewing in the low post, and the fact that he can score. Now, I admit The first 3 times he had the ball, he did not score. They blocked 2 of his shots. But he's 1 for 7 in field goals, but the only way to get him off that schneid is to get him going.
Kukoc with a very bad lob pass with 2.2 to go, but nothing to lose there. At the end of the first half, Knicks with a 6-point lead, exposing Chicago's weakness inside, playing great defense, but Michael Jordan has...
And Jordan, ladies and gentlemen, 35 points for Michael Jordan. And I'm going to tell you, watching this game was crazy fun for me, because one of my best friends is a crazy Bulls fan. And he was so scared that Jordan was going to come back and just be a bum. You know, and I teased him all day and all night about it. You know, obviously this game shut me up something good. But anyway, let's get back to the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. And Jordan's going to the line.
The basket by John Starks, who now has 3.
Bob, no one guy can play him on the post. I mean, the double team must come quickly, because once he makes the catch, he's so quick a foot. Now, that was just a great move. And then you know he's a dynamite passer.
My bad, not going to the line.
Misses the jumper. In 20 minutes of the first half, BJ only had 1 shot. Bonner! Pippen got there late, committed the foul, and Bonner seems to be, the Bulls seem to have lost him.
Well, he's the X factor in this game. You say, now what happened? At the other end of the floor, Pippen went to the offensive boards. Bonner took off and went down the floor. That was a long run for Pippen just to catch up with Bonner.
The night that Mason was ejected when New York was playing and left and went into the locker room, we were here televising the game on TNT when Mason was ejected. Bonner had stepped in and was doing what he does now, getting all the garbage points. And of course, Mason wanted to go back in, had the argument with Riley, stormed out, and then got the 5-game suspension. But Anthony Bonner deserves the playing time.
Oh, he's playing great. And the big thing about it is, you see on the foul line, he's shooting 74% this year. For his career, he's only a 59% shooter, so he's definitely worked on that part of his game.
Bonner season high, 12 points.
Nice.
Side Purdue. Nice pass for Pippen.
That's the first time tonight that they found the man who was open after the Knicks trapped the pick and roll.
Speaking of trap in the corner in front of us, Harper gets it down to Bonner, and he traveled with the ball. Knicks 64, Bulls 57, 9:32 to go in the third quarter. Chicago inbounds.
Anytime that the Knicks trap your screen and roll or your ball cross, you must have excellent ball movement and find the free man in the front of the rim. Now, they've only done it 1 time in 2 quarters and a few minutes here in quarter 3.
Ewing stepped out on Jordan. It opened up the lane. Michael came in. Somebody got a piece of that. I think Starks. Now the Knicks have the numbers.
Oh, yes.
Starks. 3. No. He stepped over the line.
He stepped on the line, but I'm still giving him the 3. I don't care.
For a 3-point shot.
Chances are you'll get the rebound.
Yeah, the thinking there is that if you miss, boom, you got the rebound.
39 points for Michael Jordan. And if you dialed in late, I'm sorry that things didn't go your way today. We have 8:46 to go in the third. Jordan on a potential record-breaking scoring outburst here at Madison Square Garden, but the Knicks up by 7. Ewing's fadeaway jumper. No. Rebound. Jordan. Pippen into Purdue. Ewing had to step out. Harper fell
Going on,
down.
man.
Knicks have a 20-second timeout.
Yeah, good.
Come on, man. It's 2 layups in a row. What's going on? They're killing us on that. Can't have it.
He is the creator. He's the man in the middle of the break, the guy who makes most of the decisions once they are flowing. And you can see right now he has come out in this quarter and is definitely involved. The rebounders are getting the ball to him quickly, and he's making something happen.
Scottie Pippen very comfortable playing with Michael Jordan.
Well, I would hope so. Right?
Well, some people aren't like Kukoc.
Now there's a nice move down inside. Purdue, the old story. He put Harper down on the floor. Harper was laying there looking at the referee for a call. And the guy is saying yes, but the ball's on the other side of the floor. No one's paying attention.
Right. You know, Michael says he has a lot more respect now for Will Perdue. When he first came into the league, Michael wouldn't call him Perdue. He says he wasn't that good, so he called him Vanderbilt. Bonner. Open man over there is Oakley. Kukoc on the foul. That's his third.
Hey, Kukoc's biggest problem is finding someone for him to guard.
Yeah.
You know, he can't play the small forwards on the first units. They beat him off the dribble. And then if you do have a big guy who can put it down, you can take him.
Perdue with the foul. Count the basket on continuation. And Patrick Ewing will go to the line. Patrick starting to heat up here. He has 15 now, as you pointed out earlier.
I just watched. This is a nice, good jump stop, see, and then step out. Patrick's got a ton of moves. And, you know, once again, Kukoc is in. You got to call that. You must call that. Kukoc has been in on every single Ewing foul shot. Now, just watch as Ewing releases. When Ewing releases his foul shot, some nights he has a tendency to stop at the height of the shot before he releases it. And you have to pay attention or you'll be in the lanes.
Perdue picked up his third foul. Knicks have an 8-point lead. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Pippen running it from the point, now to Armstrong. John Starks living a nightmare tonight. Ewing steps out on Michael. That pulls him away from the hoop. 5 to shoot. Armstrong. Big bucket. That's a 3 for B.J. Armstrong.
Well, you know, B.J.'s a great three-point shooter. You know, you're talking about a guy who shoots 44%. He's one of the top that we have in the league. He only has had 2 shots. He's 2 for 2.
They're going to milk Ewing here. Now the double team as Pippen comes his way. Harper's open.
Nice.
Ewing blocked by Pippen. Harper. Rebound. Jordan. 5-point Knicks lead.
Ewing didn't really have a lot of bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like, on that right there, if that was Mitch, he'd have yammed it. He would have yammed it on Scottie Pippen's head. But Ewing didn't have that kind of bounce. Ewing was a power player. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it looked like he could get up high because he's 7 foot. But Ewing didn't have that kind of bounce.
That should have been a layup. B.J. Armstrong, as soon as he saw Oakley on him, definite clear out. Let me take them one-on-one.
Would have cut the lead to 3 as it is 69-64 New York. Starks over Jordan. They got a piece of it. Oakley was there.
Starks got a super quick release, man. Catch the ball on his toes. He's up, lets it loose. Knicks up 71-64. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. We're going to watch a couple more minutes of the third quarter, then I'm going to get it to the fourth quarter.
Going to substitute Blount for Kukoc. Kukoc for 3. They sent him back to the bench. And now that he made that 3, he's going to stay there.
Bonner once again finds the lane open, gets it to Ewing. He's fouled. Perdue had to step out on him. They're going to him over and over again.
Like I said, Ewing don't got that kind of bounce, man. He don't got crazy bounce like that. And he has small hands. That was always crazy to me. I mean, obviously, if he stood next to us and he put his hands up, they'd seem large. But for Patrick Ewing, and to be 7 foot, you know, that was he had small hands. You know what I'm saying? He had super small hands. Let's get back to the game. 75-73, and they kind of fast forwarded the game for me, ladies and gentlemen. But this is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna move this along just a little bit in interest of time. We're gonna bring this forward and get into the fourth quarter. All right, we'll get into the fourth quarter and we'll let it ride out because that's what we want to see anyway. So let's go ahead and get this thing going into the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks and the Bulls, let's go.
Tough, you know, it's a tremendous performance for a guy who hasn't played. Even for a guy who's been playing for a while, it's a tremendous performance.
How would you guard him?
Well, first of all, I make sure that he didn't get off the bus to get in the building.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Pippen with the steal. Kerr with the bucket. That's It's a 2. The Bulls lead it by 2. Jordan by quarters. 20 in the first, 15 in the second, 14 in the third.
Yeah, but what this is this is showing you how one guy cannot do it by himself. What we have seen is Pippen and Armstrong have stepped up their game
In the third quarter.
That's right, and the quality teams have the 3 players that must get their points and shoot the high percentage. Those 2 guys have really come to life.
Luke Longley just picked up his 4th personal foul. Phil Jackson tried to rest Jordan for 3 minutes in the second quarter. An 11-2 Knicks run. Bob Neal, Hubie Brown with you from Madison Square Garden.
Hey, Mighty Knicks, don't be blasphemous, bro. I see what you just said. Mitch better than Ewing. Come on, bro. That's blasphemy. It is blasphemy. I can guarantee you that Mitchell will not be mentioned in the same class of basketball player as Patrick Ewing when it's all said and done. It's not going to be. He might be an all-star one day. It's not going to be Patrick Ewing. That's blasphemy, my brother. Don't do it.
Kerr for 3. Oh, boy. 87-83. You know, Kerr second in the league in three-point shooting behind Detlef Schrempf.
Steve Kerr is shooting 51% in threes.
Greg Anthony running the show at the point right now into Charles Smith against Kukoc. Double team.
Oh, beautiful
pass to Anthony Mason.
Well, that's the old rule. When your man leads you, big man, to double team, please go to the front of the rim, and if the guy can pass it all, he'll find you for a layup.
Kukoc gets it inside to Pippen. His fadeaway doesn't go down, and Mason.
And my man M.H. trying to get a rise out of me. I see what you said with the whole, Jay-Z is better than Nas. I know what you're trying to do, bro. I already know what you're trying to do, so I ain't even worried about it. As the masonry block ties up the game. I ain't even messing with you, MH.
Tied at 87.
And speaking of Jay-Z and Nas, as the Knicks got a 3-on-1 break, Charles Smith is brought down by Steve Kerr. Speaking of Nas, speaking of rap, speaking of hip-hop, tonight on the front stoop, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be we're doing what's called underground radio. Underground radio, all independent music. We're going to listen to it, review it a little bit, and figure out, do we want to put it in our underground radio playlist on the front stoop? So make sure you join me on the front stoop at 12:15. That's why I got to get off of here just a little bit early so I can queue up these songs. We got some dope ones, so make sure you join me on the front stoop, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who are on Sportscaster, join me on the front stoop. Go to YouTube, type in the front stoop. It'll pop up. Independent music, gotta love it.
The Bulls have been the thorn in the side of the New York Knicks.
Well, you can see on the bench there, Michael Jordan and Pete Myers were having words, whatever caused that.
I think he was probably talking to him about the time that he wouldn't come out with it. Longley inside. You've been calling for that.
He looked like Big Country Reeves on that. Come on, it's about time.
Bulls by 1. Hubert Davis, shot clock to 10. Herb Williams.
Nice fake.
Smith for the offensive board. The putback. Knicks up by...
Hold up, you telling me Smith can make a layup? Seriously.
When Pete Myers was in, he had the ball inside. Jordan wanted it out high.
And then Scottie Pippen comes back. People used to tell me I look like that dude. I don't look like Scottie Pippen.
Hubert Davis. Herb Williams gets long. Longley got a piece of it.
All right. Time to get Herb Williams out. He had his little, 30, 45 seconds. Time to get Herb Williams out. Get the big guy back in the game or put in somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But time to get Herb out. He did what he had to do.
Plenty of time.
7 seconds.
Nice.
And the foul.
Beautiful, beautiful. And this is why you love watching Scottie Pippen play. If you notice, he's total motion. He's been going all night long. Now just watch this little hesitation. He looks off the one defender as he extends and takes it right to the rim.
Pippen, 17.6 rebounds, 7 assists. That personal on Herb Williams. Bulls by 4, 8:36 to go in the game. Jordan on the bench resting with 49 points. B.J. Armstrong commits the foul on the attempted steal. Let's check the team foul situation because both of them fouling early here, particularly the Bulls. That's their third team foul with 8:27 to go. Knicks have committed only 1.
Right now you can see with 8:27 to go, Phil Jackson is trying to buy Michael Jordan some extra time because they have the 4-point lead.
There's the screen and roll. Traveling, Bulls ball up by 4.
Yo, the crowd did love Herb Williams. I ain't gonna front. I was rooting for Herb Williams to come in the game during the end of the game when the Knicks were up 20 or whatever it is. But, when he played in tight situations, I was like, come on, coach, what's up? Let him get his little, let him give Patrick 1 minute breather. You don't need to be out there 3 and 4 and 5 minutes, man. He couldn't do it at this age. Back in the day, Herb Williams did his thing. He couldn't do it at this point, As you see B.J. Armstrong knock down a 3. B.J. Armstrong is an agent now. As a matter of fact, he's an agent for Nick. I forgot who. He was the agent for Derrick Rose. Anyway, let's get back to it.
To go in the game, time for the Dutch boy in the paint. Patrick Ewing, who has been resting, is now back on the court.
Well, you can see he's dominating, but then again, the Bulls centers do not get any shot attempts. The second effort points you can see right there. But let's face it, the Knicks had 34 points in the first quarter. They've only scored 56 points in 2.5 quarters.
And Luke Longley got the block on Ewing there right out of the chute. Kukoc over Ewing, hit the side. Longley with the offensive board.
I'm telling you, the young guy can do it. Unfortunately, he doesn't play like this every night. But he has tools.
Bulls have their biggest lead, 99-90.
Big thing is you've got to go to your bread and butter if everyone else is struggling, and they have to start going through Ewing and get the catches, and Patrick must answer the bell here.
Patrick has 25 in the game. Kukoc inside. Nice defensive job by Charles Smith. Knicks on the run. Jordan moments away from re-entering the game along with Derek Harper. And Kukoc picks up the personal foul, and that's 5 for Kukoc.
Now that's the Bulls' fourth for the quarter. Yeah. So the Knicks will be shooting the penalty on the next foul.
Corey Blunt in along with Michael Jordan. Blunt and Jordan, Longley, Pippen, and B.J. Armstrong on the floor as the Bulls lead by 7. Knicks, however, will be shooting the penalty, and that'll make a significant difference down the stretch. Knicks have committed only 1 team foul in this quarter. Ewing over Longley and the foul.
Now Longley got a little confidence. He blocked 2 shots. Patrick didn't give him his best moves. Now the last 2 times down, Patrick has stepped up his game, and he's given him some moves. Well, you have to respect Longley because of his size at 7'2" and the long reach.
Longley just picked up his 5th foul. Phil Jackson will probably use him in. As Phil says, having 3 centers gives him 18 fouls at that position.
The Knicks have now missed 12 foul shots.
Yeah, big. 99-94, Bulls, 6.5 to go. Michael gets his own board, knocked out of bounds, and saved by Harper. Nearly knocked out by Charles Smith, who had the block.
Michael is angry with himself because that was his easiest shot of the night.
His next one will break a record of opponents scoring against the Knicks.
There you
And the foul. The Knicks come roaring back. It's a 1-point game and will be tied.
See, that's my man, boy. You know what Charles Oakley talking about. As a matter of fact, Patrick Ewing responded to Charles Oakley He responded by not responding. He said, listen, Oakley, he's a good teammate. He's a friend. He can say and feel what he wants to feel. I have nothing to say about it. And dropped it right there. That's all I wanted Patrick Ewing to do, man. That's good. I like that. I'm glad. Don't feed into the negativity. Keep doing what you're doing, Patrick. Big shout out to you. You see him just taking the Luke Longley. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Ewing doing his thing. All right, the big double three. 29.6 rebounds for Patrick Ewing. I want to give a big shout out to Ishmael Rivas and Sean Kay. Ishmael Rivas became a 90s Knicks member earlier today, and Sean Kay became a 70s NBA champion Knicks member. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. All right. And, you know, as we continue to build up those perks, man, you guys are going to get them. So thank you very much. I appreciate your support. All right. Let's get back to the game, man. Let's get back to the game because, you know, Michael Jordan's doing his thing, as you can see. And you know what's going to happen. You know how it goes. Let's watch the game. The Knicks down by 3 to the Bulls. 5 minutes and 52 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Starks against Jordan to Ewing. Over Purdue. Ewing has 31.
One more time. Hey, look. Jordan came to the Garden and started doing his thing. Ewing said, listen, you ain't coming to my home and just going to dominate. I'm going to get mines, too.
Bulls by 1. 10 to shoot for the Bulls. The Garden is alive. Jordan, fade away.
Yeah, it is.
Again, Purdue follows. 101-98 Bulls. 5:11 to go in the game. Ewing has been the man for the Knicks. He has scored their last 8 points. Harper leading in.
Big shot.
Pippen rebound.
Now, I know he thought he was going to get fouled, right? Because the next foul, well, they're already shooting the penalty.
Looking for Jordan. Sounds like the name of a book.
Michael wants to clear out. He
Jordan
wants to
puts
take
everybody out the way.
Block that time.
That garbage out of here. Don't bring that garbage in. Look, you know, Jordan gets a dunk. It's all over everywhere. Anytime Patrick Ewing blocked the shot, they never show it. Bring that garbage in here.
right back to the ball.
Jordan driving, being batted away by Ewing and Charles Smith. Back to Ewing. Open man Harper. This is the three. Blunt loses the rebound to Smith. Ewing misses. Pippen for the Bulls. Up 5. 4 minutes to go in the game. For Pippen. Good play by Starks, moving Purdue out. Intercepted the pass attempt for Ewing. B.J. Armstrong with the ball. Bulls by 5. What a wild game. And Phil Jackson sees the 5-point lead and wants to settle them down. The Knicks have committed 3 team fouls. The Bulls already in the penalty with 3:53 remaining. Earl the Pearl and Peter Falk.
Not a bad double duo.
The Stars are out tonight.
Well, Peter Falk is a basketball dandy, and he can really talk it with anyone.
Thursday, 8 Eastern Time, Hawks and Warriors on TBS. And then on Friday, Orlando and Utah. That's a big, important game for 2 of the best teams in the NBA. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern on Friday. Jordan, foul by Starks. That's the 4th team foul against the Knicks. And Starks 5th.
Well, Starks has been taken right out of this game, you know, from a scoring standpoint. When you think about it, now Michael Jordan is struggling. He has missed 8 of his last 9 shots. For the game, he is 18 for 32.
Isolated against Starks, carrying 5 fouls. Jordan from 16. There's the record. That's the record of the most points scored against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Jordan's old record of 50, his new record 51. Now the record is over, Hubie. I can relax.
Yeah, it takes me out of the record book because I was coaching in that game.
I was going to say, I wonder how the coach felt. Ewing, however, answers over Purdue.
No matter, Pat Ewing, what? But it's sad, 52, 55 was the record. now it's, 60 whatever by an opponent at the Garden. You're never going to get it down, but the Knicks got to not let anybody else get a new record at the Garden, man.
Starks very active, was trying to front him. Now keep an eye on it right there. You're going to see Michael put him down. Knicks need some smart basketball right here, Bob. They need to score or a couple of foul shots.
Bulls up by 5. Ewing has the last 10 New York points. Pippen kicked the ball. That'll reset the shot clock with 2:50 to go in the game. New 24 seconds, and Ewing has the last 10 New York points.
Now, if you notice on that post up by Charles Smith, Scottie Pippen is the designated double-teamer from the top of the circle. That means the ball would be rotated out to Anthony Mason.
Charles Smith being played by Corey Blunt.
Oh, good denial by Michael.
Starks had stepped out. Jordan got into the passing lane. 10 to shoot. Starks into Ewing. There's the double team. Nice. Man, Mason fouled hard, missed the lay-in, but excellent recognition by Patrick Ewing.
Terrific. Patrick was triple teamed on that. You could hear Mason call for the ball. Patrick, now just watch as Patrick, they're running right at Patrick. He just looks right down inside to Mason. Now the Knicks have really made that a major contributor for them offensively in this game.
Blunt picked up his 4th foul, and the coach is going to come back in for the Bulls. New York, 23 of 35. They've missed 12 free throws tonight.
Now that's big in a game like this. When a game is close like this, naturally the free throws.
Ralph on real, you for real with that. Now, the random scrub, the random G League, whoever has a career night at the Garden is sad and it hurts. No lie about that right there.
33. High screen and roll. Jordan with 53.
My, oh my.
It was like Starks wasn't even there, okay? Because when he elevated, he just left him in the dark. Nice move by Starks.
Yeah, good pick by Patrick Ewing.
Phil Jackson on that side over there wants an offensive foul. Now you can see that as Starks goes into the pack, he is totally out of control because as he goes up in the air, he turns his back. Now Phil Jackson, depending upon the angle that you had on this, you want the offensive foul.
Kukoc has fouled out of the game. 3 points, 9 rebounds for Tony Kukoc tonight. He has contributed on the boards, but seems somewhat lost in this triangle offense since Michael has
Now keep an eye. See, Starks surprises him. Now here comes Kukoc. Now just watch that. The offensive foul.
under the hoop.
Yeah, well, no, hold on.
Was it?
Under the hoop? You really think so?
My man Big Freezy just joined the chat. Freezy, do me a favor. Can you keep yourself on mute till I can get to you, please?
That's a foul. That's an offensive foul.
That way the sound don't
That's
come
the only
through.
possibility. Otherwise, I couldn't agree.
My man Big Freezy just joined the chat. I'm sorry I'm talking over everything. Freezy, yeah, you appreciate it, Big Freezy. All right, Freezy gonna put himself on mute as you see John Starks hit the circus shot or take the circus shot and go to the line.
He should be shooting the 10.
And he is.
I know you guys seen the episode, just the episode last week where the Bulls cued in on Tony Kukoc and shut him down. You know what I'm saying?
They are different players. It is a 3-point Bulls lead. 2 minutes to go in the game. Playoff intensity. All the stars around. Broadway in the springtime in New York. Jordan with 53 points. Loose ball foul is going to be on New York. Oakley leveled Purdue.
Yeah, well, that's because he moves him out on that rebound. Bennett Salvatore was right there on that call. I just hope that we have a good shot. And we're going to show it to you, kid. That's going to be right to the right of your screen. As this shot goes up, watch what happens here now. Now, what they're saying is that Oakley moved him out with his forearm.
Oakley's 4th foul, team's 4th. On the next one, the Bulls will be shooting. Knicks already at the line. Looking for Jordan, the lob inside. Ewing there to help Purdue. Hard to the rack, blocked!
it happen. And no, not giving it.
Wave off the basket. Wave off the basket. Ewing outraged, as are the fans here in Madison Square Garden.
Everyone wants the continuation. Now keep an eye on Patrick rotating. There's your block. At the other end of the floor.
Don't bring that trash in here. And that should have counted. They should have counted. See how they be robbing us? They try to rob us, bro. Come on, man.
Is the wiser move at this point in the game instead of getting in the face of the official and coming back for his free throw. Doesn't get it. Pippen, by the way, now carrying 4 fouls for the Bulls.
And we needed that bucket. See, we need the bucket. They're trying to rob us, bro.
107-104 Bulls, 128 to go in the game. Patrick Ewing has been alive here in the second half. Got 1 of 2. Michael Jordan with 53 points in this game. Ewing with 34. Starks with 5 fouls. Jordan's fadeaway blocked by Ewing. Starks, good pass. Look out, dunk it. Yes.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm telling you, I was sitting there with my man, and I was so hyped, and he was depressed at this point. Because he wanted the Bulls to blow us out.
In this half, they just all played within the offense. He forced it again. Goes to Harden.
And then, of course, he screamed in my face when Scottie Pippen, I mean, like, right here in my grill. You know what I'm saying? I could taste his breath. I was like, man, get out. I mushed him. I was like, man, come on, man. What is you doing?
And one of the great all-time Celtics.
Bulls by 2. Jordan.
Keep an eye on Patrick. Patrick gets that shot. That's his 4th block of the game, 3rd this quarter. When they kick it out, look at Jordan running Starks down. He knows he better send it home strong. Now, how about the angle on this bank? Oh, my.
He had to hit it at the edge of the backboard. There's the reset. Bulls 3-1, timeouts. Knicks 2-1.
Plenty of timeouts.
Under a minute. Bulls by 2. Pressure defense. 10 to shoot.
Patrick wants the ball. He has 35 points. Oh, he gets bailed out on that.
The call, and once again, we talked about it earlier, Yubi. If it's Cartwright, maybe or maybe not a foul, but Purdue and Longley and Winnington don't get the respect from the officials that way, and they get the fouls. Longley's already fouled.
Well,
out.
it's a major issue. There's no doubt about that. Now, right now, Ewing has 34 points, 25 in the second half. He has 7 rebounds and 4 block shots. Now, he is now, for himself, on the foul line tonight, 15 for 22.
Timeout, Chicago. You said it during the commercial timeout. What a great game. Bulls by 1, 39 seconds left. Spike Lee, so many celebrities here tonight, and they are glad they didn't sell their tickets.
Absolutely. Now, this was an excellent timeout by the Bulls. They're icing Ewing. He's 15 for 22 on the line. He has missed 7. Timeouts. Chicago has 2 and a 20. New York, 2 and a 20. Both teams are shooting the penalty. So we have plenty of timeouts. Now watch the people getting into the lane as he pauses and he gets up to his shot. There it is.
It's tied at 109.
Forearm to neutralize Michael as he was trying to make the penetration.
And carrying 5 fouls.
Oh, yeah. First to the left and then to the right. But then again, that's why he's the greatest. Because all he did was extend. Now, just keep an eye on it. He extends. Now, how about this? to get the good shot. Now just watch how he regroups. Now here comes the fake, gets Starks up, and then there it is.
55 points for Michael Jordan tonight. There's the game reset. Bulls with 2 timeouts, 2 fulls and 120. Knicks have only 1 full left, and that's significant.
Yes. Now, at the other end, Chicago has got to say, if Patrick catches the ball, we must double team and force the other people to beat us right now, because Patrick is in a groove. Double hard, force the rotation, and let's see what happens with these other people.
25.8 to go in the game.
Now they couldn't move it to half court. They're not. They're taking it here and coming up in normal play. That way it saves them from possibly getting denied on the inbounds pass. There's a pick and roll.
Starks against Purdue. Phil Jackson exploded, and that will be 6 on Purdue. Both Longley and Purdue have fouled out of this ball game.
Now that time they ran a pick and roll, and Starks just decided to take it. From this angle, from that shot right there, that is an offensive foul. You can see Purdue is there, and Starks had nothing, jumped right in his chest, but it doesn't matter. He gets the call.
He's out winning today. Starks 12 points. He is 3 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. Bulls up by 2 with 14.6 to go in the game, and Kukoc, Longley, and Purdue have all fouled out of this game for Chicago.
Well, you have to make the foul shot. Starks is a 72% shooter. Within 1. Now we told you, Chicago, 2 timeouts and a 20. You do not necessarily have to call a timeout. As a matter of fact, you catch people sleeping if you take it out of the net, if he makes it, and you flow right down the floor.
14.6 seconds remaining. Starks rattles it in. It's tied at 111. Timeout, Chicago.
Now Chicago decide at that time they're calling the timeout. It'll be interesting to see. Will they take it at half court or on the baseline?
111, 14.6 to go.
And then, of course, this is classic heartbreak games, ladies and gentlemen. And here's where the heartbreak comes in. The pain. So many painful moments. We have just as many painful moments as we do great moments. That's why we're doing this classic heartbreaks series. We're going to look at some of the most vicious heartbreaks for the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes it's going to hurt. It's all good.
Without double teaming him, and in for them to get the last shot and a potential offensive rebound. Now you see they're taking it at the full length of the floor. This allows the people to move, run time off the clock, and it also opens up the floor so you're not trying to get the ball in a half-court area.
Steve Kerr in for Chicago, and Bonner has just replaced Hubert Davis. Pippen will inbound.
You see, Stark said something to Jordan, and Jordan just looked up and smiled. I don't know if they were joking or what. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Because they're saying, are you going to double team Jordan? If they do, if you double team, they're going to spot up. Michael finds the open man. Whittington with a jam. 3.1 remaining. Timeout, New York. That was outstanding. Who has been double teaming him in the lane?
Yo, and what hurts me the most, if you're gonna let somebody beat you, let it be Jordan. Make it be Jordan. Come on, man. What y'all doing? And I hate to say it, but my man Mason, you know, you see Ewing go to help. You gotta help the helper, Mace. I know you was with Scotty, but you gotta help the helper, Mace. You see Jordan spin, Ewing helps, and Mason gotta help back. Mason and Harper, both of them, you gotta help back under the basket.
At least 2 dribbles here. The big thing, though, is you must get the ball inbound. That's the key thing for the Knicks. You got to get a good pass Now remember, when you have...
And you see the Garden crowd, man. Some happy because they just seen history. Some shocked because in a situation like this, how can the New York Knicks let, who was that, Will Perdue? Or whoever it was, be wide open under the basket? Anyway, man. 3 seconds left. Knicks got to get up a shot. See what we do here.
The Bulls have 1 remaining. It's a 2-point game with 3.1 seconds to go. You see what the Knicks have decided to do. They have moved the ball to half court. Wennington will try to defend Patrick Ewing. Longley and Perdue have fouled out along with Kukoc.
All right, now there's your delay in game by Pippen stepping out.
To take a look at what they were going to run.
Now you can see right now there's going to be a down screen in the lane here for John Starks. He's going to right here. Here's Starks.
He falls down, loses the ball over the backcourt.
Backcourt violation.
8/10 of a second left.
And I'm not even going to look at it anymore.
The delay of game was brilliantly executed.
Well, yeah, everyone.
We're going to let this one ride out. John Starks slips and falls on the floor. Loses the ball off his foot. And the game is done. The game is over. We'll end it here. You guys, we already know the result. I mean, obviously we know the result. But ladies and gentlemen, it's a great game, a classic game, a painful game. Big shout out to my man Ishmael Rivas. He said, great show tonight, Sim. You do a wonderful job. You do a wonderful job every night. Great content. Great content for diehard Knicks fans. And I will say to you this. First of all, I want to thank you very much. All right. And I want to say, I do this exactly for the fans, right? This is all about the fans. I'm not worried about bringing in Knick beat writers and reporters and all of those type of things. That's not what this is for. This is for the fans to express themselves, and it's going to remain that way. We might have some people every once in a while, but this is for us. It's going to stay that way. All right? So I appreciate you guys, man, for constantly jumping on with me every single night. Now I want to get to my man Big Freezy, who is here in the chat. We're going to wrap this thing up as we we just witnessed the New York Knicks lose to that double nickel game. Big Freezy, what's up, bro?
Hey, man. Hey, I was at work when I got the alert. I was like, damn, man, Sim showing that game, man. I was listening to it in the car on the way home. Yeah, I was like, yo, I definitely got a show for this, because that 55 was impressive, man. Because Starks was all over that dude, and that dude hit some amazing shots, man.
Starks was playing. Hey, Starks was D'ing him up. He was playing
that's
D.
What I'm saying.
I mean, everybody talks about the mid-range game is dead. Michael Jordan made a living off that mid-range game, and he would kill today. If he was playing today, he would still make a killing off that mid-range game.
Yep.
He would still, because he was unstoppable.
And Starks was in his jersey, though. Starks was in my man jersey, man.
Yeah.
Gee, and that dude was just hitting some. Hey, but you know what, though? Pat was impressive tonight.
Yeah, man. Pat, it gets overlooked because Jordan dropped the double nickel, but Pat was doing his thing in the second half. 20 whatever points. It's killing.
Pat had what, 31, I think? Or whatever.
Pat had like 34, 35.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah, man.
And it wasn't like he was taking all the shots, man. It just looked like he was getting them in the flow of the game.
Right. Exactly. And I do want to say, Ishmael Rivas, the rest of your question in the super chat. No, Ishmael and Donald, I'm not taking shots at anybody. That's not my style. It's not what I'm doing. Not taking shots at anybody. So I just want to make that clear. I'm just saying what this channel is about. I'm not worried about, what they do, whatever they do over there at Knicks Fans TV. I'm sure they're doing good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm talking about what we do here and what this network is about. Just like the Front Stoop has a heavy focus on independent artists. That's just where my vibe is. You know what I mean? Anyway, Ishmael said, what do you think about the Knicks signing someone like Jay Crowder as a free agent for the bench? I mean, I don't know. Don't we have Jay Crowder and what's his name? What's the guy?
Mo Harkless.
No, not Mo Harkless. The guy that came back off of injury and played. Can't think of his name right now. The one who got the sisters that got killed. You know what I'm talking about. 3-point shooter. Reggie Bullock. There you go. Reggie Bullock. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think Jay Crowder and Reggie Bullock kind of the same guy. Maybe Jay Crowder's a little bit better of a defender. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit bigger, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But anyway, man, that's a fun game to watch. We're gonna watch some more of these classic heartbreakers, though. Right? There's a lot of them out there, so we're gonna watch some more of them. But we're gonna continue to do classic Knicks too.
Right.
Now, next week is going to be kind of a mixture, Freezy, of classic heartbreaks and classic Knicks. We're going to take a look at both of the NBA finals, the 94 and the 1999 finals. We're going to take a look at both of them. It's going to be a really, really, really good show.
Good.
Right? Because, I'm going to have, I'm not going to show the entire series, but I'm going to have clips from the 94 series and things happen. We talk about it. Then we're going to have clips from the 99 series, which is obviously a short series. We'll do some other things that build up to both of those NBA finals runs. So it should be a pretty fun show. Good, and then once we get past these NBA final series, we're going to start getting into more modern Knicks. We'll take a look at some of the stuff from the 2000 Knicks, and then we'll start getting into the Melo era.
Word.
We'll start getting into that. Word. But anyway, I'm heading over to the Front Stoop, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Heading over to the Front Stoop. Please join me on the Front Stoop. We're going to take a listen to some independent music.
Word.
All right? We're going to take a listen to some independent music, break it down, talk about it, see if we're going to add it to the Front Stoop playlist.
Word.
All right? Yeah, so that should be pretty dope. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. Freezy, I'm going to see you over at the Front Stoop, all right?
All right.
All right, catch you over there, my brother. And, listen, man, folks, I don't take shots. If I'm going to take shots at somebody, I'm just going to say it. I ain't going to take shots. What if the shoe fits, wear it? No, I'm just joking. That's just a joke. Anyway, I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. Catch me on the Front Stoop, man. All right, catch me on the Front Stoop in about half an hour. Maybe I'll be 11, 12, 20. But catch me over there. It's going to be dope. We got some independent artists, just some stuff that you want to hear. And it's going to be fire, man. Catch me over there. I'm out of here. Peace. I thought I was out of here. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I do have one more announcement. So, I came back for an encore. One more announcement. You guys know what Sportscaster is. On Sportscaster, I am beginning what's called, in a partnership with Sportscaster, we're going to have the NBK official network on Sportscaster. It's going to be dope. So we're looking for streamers and creators that want to be part of this network. And basically what it is, it'll be a network. And when you stream on the network, everything, every time you stream, it goes right to that network on Sportscaster. It'll be a network of Knicks broadcasters, right? And certain streams that we do, we'll have streams that are separate, alone, and then streams with a group of people. Certain streams that we do will be embedded in articles for clutch points. Okay, so if you are interested in becoming a streamer on this network, and I'm only taking about 5 people, please reach out to me. All right, my email is srussell@nothingbutnicks.com. All right, reach out to me, srussell@nothingbutnicks.com. Okay, and I'm about to put my email right here in the chat. And let me know if you want to be part of this network. All right, we're looking for about 5 people that are going to be good. Now, we got some people from our regular chat. We're looking for some more talent. All right, and it's going to be pretty dope. Obviously, we're always going to be on YouTube. It's the primary platform. Those streamers will be doing some stuff on YouTube, on the Nothing But Knicks YouTube. So we're growing to have a larger network. Anyway, I'm out, man. It's time for real.